All right, so today we're going to talk about how to graph a line. So when you're looking at how to graph a line, you're going to need two things. You're going to need your slope and you're going to need your y-intercept. Now, those two things are really the only things you will need, but the other thing that you're going to need to remember is the types of slopes that we may have. So when I'm looking at a line, if I have a positive slope, remember it's going to go up from left to right. And if I have a negative slope, it's going to go down from left to right. So that's going to be very important to help you with this. So looking at this problem, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to plot your y-intercept. So we're going to plot our y-intercept on the y-axis. So I'm going to go to my y-axis. So remember right here, this is my y-axis. We're not going to plot it on the x-axis. So on my y-axis, I can see that my y-intercept is -1. So I'm going to plot my point. Now, after you plot that point, you're going to continue from that point, but you got to use your slope. So when we do slope, you can count spaces, but the key to this is knowing what type of slope you have. So in this particular example, I have a negative slope. So since I have a negative slope, that means I'm going to need to go down. So if I'm positive, I'm going to go up and to the right. If I'm negative, I need to go down and to the right. So from this point now, you're not going to go back to the origin. That's the one mistake a lot of students make, is they go back to the origin. We don't want to do this. From the point that you just made, you're going to go down. Now, why am I going to go down? Well, I'm going to count my spaces. Down 1 and then right 2. So I'm going to go down 1 and then right 2. And that's going to land me here. And all I have to do at that point is connect. So I would connect my 2 points. And from there, I have my slope. Now, how can I verify that this is correct? So you can always put this in Desmos. So we're going to start using Desmos a lot more frequently. So I have -1/2 x, and we're going to do -1. Now, I like to go to the little settings option right here and turn off my minor grid lines and just do a step of 1, so it's 1 tick mark. So if I come right here, I can see that I most definitely intersected at 1, and you can see I'm kind of crossing at the same spots, and I went down 1, right 2. All right. So we're going to keep doing that same method. So the first thing we're going to look at here is we're going to identify our slope and our y-intercept. So remember, our slope is 2, our y-intercept is 1. So we're going to put a slope of 2 and a y-intercept of 1. Now, the key to this is when you're doing your slope, it has to be in a fraction. So if you don't have a fraction, just put it over 1. And again, the key to this is I have a positive slope. So if I have a positive slope, we're going to be going up and to the right. Okay, so we're going to plot our y-intercept. So on my graph, I'm going to go to +1, and there's my y-intercept. And then from there, we're going to go up 2, so 1, 2, and then to the right 1, and there's my new point. Now, I can do this again. I can go up 2 and right 1, and it would plot me there again. So again, I can connect these, and there's my line. And I can see that it is going up. It's a positive slope. All right, so for our next one, we're going to look at 3. So my slope is going to be 3, and my y-intercept is going to be -4 because there's a negative in front. So we're going to do 3 and -4. Now remember, if it's not a fraction, put it over 1. And again, it's a positive slope. So since it's a positive slope, that means we're going to be going up and to the right. All right, so we're going to plot at -4. So I'm going to go and plot at -4. And then I'm going to go up 3. So we're going to go up 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, and to the right 1. So if I go up 3, so So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and right 1. And there's my new point. And again, I can do it again. 1, 2, 3, right 1. And that is going to be the equation or the graph of my line. All right, so the key to this, plot your y-intercept and then decide if it's positive or negative if you're going up or down. All right, so for this one, I don't know how many of y'all remember, but this is not in that typical y equals mx plus b. This is in that Hoy format. So this is a horizontal line. So if you remember, the slope of a horizontal line is 0, and the y-intercept is, let's talk about it, let's look at it. So I'm going to go to my y-axis, and on my y-axis, I'm going to plot 7. So there's my y-axis, there's 7. All right, and I'm going to cross that line, a horizontal line. So the question is, where does it cross the y-intercept? Well, it crosses at 7. All right, so look at the next one. So we have our y-intercept and we have our slope. So our slope is -3, our y-intercept is -2. So my slope here is -3, so this time I have a negative slope. So if I have a negative slope, that means I'm going to go down and to the right. My y-intercept here is -2. So if you need to write negative and down, you can. Okay, just like with the other ones up here, we wrote positive, you can write up because we went up, so positive and up. All right, so if I'm going down, we're still going to plot our y-intercept. So I'm going to go to -2 and plot on my y-axis. And then remember, this is over 1, so that's going to be 1 step to the right. So we're going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3, and right 1. So down 3 and right 1. So this time we went a different direction because of the fact that we had a negative slope. So you can see very well that these are going up and up because it was positive. This one's going down because it's negative. All right, so looking at our next one, we have a slope of 2/5 and we have a y-intercept of 2. So my slope is 2/5 and it's positive. So since it's positive, that means we're going to go up. All right, and then my y-intercept is at -2. So remember, we go up or down and then to the right. So we're going to start at -2, and then we have 2/5. So 2/5 means we're going to go up to right 5. Okay, so we're going to go from there, we're going to go up to 1, 2, and then right 5. And there's my point. I can do it again, up to and right 5. And there's my line. And again, I can see that this is going up, uphill, so therefore we have that positive slope. All right, and for the next one, we have a -3/4, and we have -1/2. All right, so in this situation, we have -3/4. So since we have a negative slope, that means we're going to go down and to the right. And my y-intercept is at -1. So negative means we're going to go down and to the right. All right, so I'm going to plot at -1, and then we're going to go down. So we're going to start right here. We're going to go down 3, and then right 4. All right, so we're going to go down 1, 2, 3. All right, and then we're going to go to the right 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my new point. I can do it again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. And if I connect, I can clearly see that my line is going down. All right, couple more, and hopefully you'll be masters at this. All right, so we have a slope of 2/3 and a y-intercept of 5. So 2/3, this means that it's going to be positive, and since it's positive, that means we're going to be going up. So we're going to go up and to the right, so up to right 3. And my y-intercept is at 5. So we're going to go to the y-axis and we're going to plot at 5. And then we're going to go up 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I can do it again. Up 2, to the right, 1, 2, 3. All right, and then if I connect, I can clearly see that this is a positive slope because it's going uphill. So like if you're walking up the hill, we know it's positive. All right, and our last one. So we have a slope of -1/3 and a y-intercept of 5. So slope is -1/3, so that means since it's negative, we're going to be going down this time. So we're going to go down and to the right. All right, and then my y-intercept is at 5. So we're going to plot on the y-axis at 5, and then we're going to go down 1, so down 1, right 3. So down 1, right 3. There's my point. Down 1, right 3. All right, and we're going to connect there. And again, if we're going downhill, we're walking downhill, that means that we're showing that it is negative.